From St. Louis, Missouri, and Busch Stadium. This afternoon, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates against the first-place club in the National League Central Division, the St. Louis Cardinals. The finale of the three-game series. Pirates' 10-game road trip will continue into Chicago, but first things first, Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. Pirates need a win badly. They've lost the first two games of this series, so they've dropped 4 back of the first-place Cardinals in the Central. And Bob, even though the Pirates are just a couple of games back in the wild card, they still have their sights set on trying to overtake both the Brewers and the Cardinals in this division. And if you look at the season series, these two clubs are pretty evenly matched.
Oh, they do. They've really played the Cardinals well for a couple of years now. They got a lot of confidence against them. And if you look at the numbers this year, they have bettered the Cardinals in a lot of categories. But the one that really makes the difference this year you're looking at is those one-run wins. The Cardinals have been able to win the close ones. And that's really something that you have to be able to do, I think, when you want to come in first place. You got to win those close games that are available.
So the final regular season matchup between these two teams. By the way, the Pirates have lost 7 of 9 here in St. Louis. So a lot of reasons why they need a win today. And you know, Bob, the last time the Pirates were in St. Louis, Busch Stadium in July, they lost the first 3 games of a 4-game series. And Edinson Volquez stepped up and pitched a complete game masterpiece against them.
Yeah, this game might not be that close. Edinson really showed that he does have some mastery over him. Hopefully he'll have that kind of game this afternoon. The club really looking for a lift. I think he can provide that.
The final score that night was 9-1. You see what he did against the Reds his last time out on Friday. Pitched very well, a no decision. But again, that big win against the St. Louis Cardinals, that complete game 6-hitter, and he's 3-1 since the All-Star break. So Edinson Volquez looking to step up, and another guy at the plate looking to step up for the Pirates, Andrew Lambo. He's hit safely in all 5 games that he's played since he's gotten the call up from the minor leagues. We'll talk Lambo time. And the Cardinals starter, Shelby Miller, coming up next.
Toyota. Now's the time to go places with Toyota. Visit buyatoyota.com for special offers. And by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. Let's go Bucks!
Pirates getting ready for the finale of this series. There is Andrew Lambeau. He has hit safely in each game that he's played in since his call-up. 5 straight games. Last night, for Andrew Lambeau, a couple of more hits. And even some just kind of finding the holes.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with those kind of hits because you get the line outs also. This was a line out that, or a line drive that wasn't an out as he put that up the gap. And I think what he's showing everybody right now is what the Pirates really wanted to see out of him in the winter when they penciled him in spring training. This is the guy.
And Shelby Miller, well, he's been pretty good against most clubs, but as we've been talking a lot about, for whatever reason, the Pirates seem to do some damage against him.
Yeah, he's really a strong pitcher in this league. Does much better against everybody else. That, I think it's just that we hit fastballs so well as a team. He throws a lot of fastballs, and it just doesn't work out for him. And got my fingers crossed that that's going to continue this afternoon.
So the Pirates and the St. Louis Cardinals ready to play ball, and the Pirates in need of a win. Buccos currently 4 back in the Central. A W gets them back to within 3 of the Cardinals. Looking for a Marte Parte, folks from Mount Pleasant, trying to show the Pirates the way to victory in St. Louis. And let's get to the Rivers Casino tips to win.
No, they're very simple today, Greg. Throw strikes. I mean, this is all about what happened in yesterday's ball game. Not enough strikes, too many walks, cost us a ball game. I think Volquez is going to throw a lot of strikes against these guys. Has a track record of doing that. Next thing, and this is from 2 games ago, is you got to knock some runs in when they're out there and they're available. We didn't do a very good job of that the very first game of this series. Left a bunch of guys on. If we have opportunities, especially the first 3 innings or so, take advantage of it, put up a crooked number. The last thing I like is Russell Martin today. Now, he's got very, very good numbers against Miller. And the fact that he is playing a day game after a night game, I think shows everybody how important this is. I think he's going to be fired up. He's going to be my hero today. Russell Martin's going to do something important.
There you have it. And there's Andrew McCutchen. Now let's send it back to the studio. Game break with Rob King. The Bucks will be hitting the road for Chicago. Off day tomorrow. Cubs will host the Pirates at Wrigley starting on Friday afternoon, while the Cardinals will be getting ready to take on the Milwaukee Brewers in a big 4-game series that starts tomorrow night. Colton Wong out of the starting lineup the last 2 days, but of course a pivotal moment when he pinch hit and hit a game-tying home run on Labor Day, opening game of the series. We'll check out the starting lineup for Clint Hurdle's Pirates, brought to you by Toyota. And Josh Harrison will lead things off. He is the league's leading hitter. Andrew Lambeau, we talked about him. 5 games since his call-up. 5 times he's hit safely, and he has 3 doubles. Andrew McCutchen, Neil Walker next. Russell Martin, Ike Davis, Starling Marte. Jordy Mercer hits 8, homered last night. Edinson Volquez on the mound. League's leading hitter will be facing Shelby Miller to start things off. Harrison will carry a .313 batting average with him.
Miller's numbers on the year probably not as good as he would like them. The ERA is just got up over 4 a little bit. He is better than that, but what is amazing is what his numbers are against the Pirates in his short career. Not good at all, and it's really hard, Greg, for me to come up with a big reason for it, other than, you know, he has a good arm, he has an excellent fastball, he likes to use it, and we got a whole lineup full of fastball hitters, and eventually they get to him.
Defense behind Shelby Miller. Looks like this. Peter Borges in center, John Jay in right, Matt Holliday in left, Peralta and Wong up the middle, Adams and Carpenter on the corners, and Yadier Molina catches Shelby Miller. Peter Borges, a couple of big hits last night. He can really fly. Outstanding defensively. Well, we saw John Jay make a great play in center field opening game of this series. He's in right field today. And again, Colton Wong returns to play second base. Daniel Descalzo was there in last night's game. Pete Kozma started at second, the opening game of the series, and Yadier Molina has caught all 3 games.
Well, he's had plenty of rest in the last couple of months.
The strike is called on Josh Harrison at average of .313, 2 points better than Ben Revere of the Phillies. Justin Morneau is hitting .310, and Andrew McCutchen is 4th in the league at .305. A couple of strikes on Jay Hay. Reaches out, stays 0-2. Shelby Miller, first round pick in 2009, 19th choice overall at Houston, Texas. 23 years old, 15-9 last year, and bounced to third. Carpenter on to Adams. Umpiring crew, Ron Kolpa behind the plate, then Paul Emmel at first base, Bill Welke at second, and James Hoy is the third base umpire. Crew chief Paul Emmel at first.
And that first at bat, Greg, Miller did a really nice job of getting the breaking ball over the plate to Harrison. I think that's what we need to look for a little bit today, is at least early, is what kind of control does he have out of that? Because then he can stay out of those hitters counts and throw less fastballs, and that I would think would be his game plan against the Pirates. But if he can't get the breaking ball over and he has to go to that fastball, I don't think he's going to have much success this afternoon.
First pitch, ball 1 to Lambeau. Pops up the next pitch. And going to be out of play. Lambeau yesterday, a couple of hits, doubled to the right center field gap in the 8th inning. That led off the 8th, but the Pirates could not cash in. He was stranded.
Did well since his call-up. He's been hitting every game he's been in. This is a time for him to impress.
Hits this the other way, going to be out of play. 2-2. Andrew Lambeau, and as long as he shows that he can get the barrel on it on a regular basis. Gregory Polanco and Travis Snyder not going to see much playing time, you wouldn't think. Now the Pirates are going to see 3 straight lefties in Chicago starting Friday afternoon. Might be the return of Jose Tabata on Friday. Right now it's Lambeau's time to try and shine. 2-2. And Miller, a ground out and a strikeout to start this game.
Pretty good fastball, but really located well. The 94 velocity, there's nothing wrong with that, but where he throws it just as important. Got that ball down around the knees. Fastballs work a lot better when you're ahead in the count too. The hitters counts 2-0, 3-1. They can commit to their swing a little early, guess with you. They're much more likely to get the head of the bat out there of that baseball, no matter how hard you're throwing.
McCutchen 0 for 4 last night, 2 for 9 in the series. Homered on Monday. Popped up. Molina going back.
Stayed with it. Got a nice catch on the bounce, huh? Well, they are so glad to have him back.
Missed 40 games with that torn ligament in the thumb. Just back last Friday. Line to left field, and Holiday there. McCutchen spanked it, but right at the left fielder. 1, 2, 3 go the Bucks. Edinson Volquez to the hill. Here in St. Louis, Edinson Volquez will face this lineup: Matt Carpenter, Colton Wong, and Matt Holliday. The lineup brought to you by Honda. Matt Adams hits cleanup. Johnny Peralta 4 for 10 lifetime against Volquez with a couple of home runs. Yadier Molina next, then John Jay, Peter Borges, and Shelby Miller.
See Volquez's numbers are very good. I mean, what a great acquisition in the offseason by Neil Huntington to go out and get Volquez. He has done everything they could possibly want. He has pitched and won some big games, and this is another big game. He's had success against these guys this season. We need him to come up with a strong one this afternoon.
Jose Oquendo talking things over with Ron Culpa, the man who ejected him yesterday.
Don't stare. Don't stare.
Yep, don't stare. Ball one on Carpenter. That's basically what happened. Oquendo was staring him down, and Copa got tired of it, tossed him. 1-0 pitch to Carpenter, and now 2 balls, no strikes. Sacrifice fly last night, 53rd RBI of the year. Did not start on Labor Day, a day off for him. And it's 3-0. Jeff Locke walked 5 batters in 3+ innings last night. Very disappointing start. And it's a 4-pitch walk to Carpenter.
Wow. One of the most important things today was to make sure you throw strikes. Don't do them any favors. And 4, not even close to start the game. Going to change that immediately.
Colton Wong will come to the plate. Wong banged his head on the ground in shallow right field going for a pop-up against the Cubs and underwent concussion test the next day. Cleared, but this is his first start since. And that big pinch hit home run on Monday to tie it. 11 homers and 37 RBIs. Now 0-2. Here's what happened on Sunday. He's going out for a pop-up, shallow right center. Bangs his head on the ground. Got up woozy. Lifted from the game. So Mike Matheny, the Cardinal skipper, just being extra cautious. Colton Wong, former first-round pick 3 years ago. After walking Carpenter on 4 pitches, Volquez comes back and strikes out Wong on 3 pitches.
Nice little comeback. Changeup looks like. Down and away, Wong out in front of it.
Volquez. Carpenter aboard. Carpenter 5 steals and 8 attempts. And a strike. Matt Holliday tied for 5th in the National League with 81 RBIs. Held hitless yesterday. Did walk. 2 for 7 in the series. Shot picked by Harrison. A little bobble to second for 1. And they almost still turn 2. Little acrobatic move there from Josh Harrison. A little juggle.
Well, it was
hot shot.
Hit so hard, that's why it still had a chance to get a double play. Absolute bullet right there. So it almost time-wise worked out like a normal ground ball. Well, real close at first. Closer than I thought. Looked like he was by the bag, but that was bang bang. Real nice turn by Walker. Strong, accurate throw. Made it that close.
See Ike Davis say, motion to the dugout, come on out and check it. Nope.
Well, I'm sure they looked at it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
The call came down, don't bother.
Holliday is the one hopper to third. Force at second, 2 outs. Matt Adams. He was held hitless last night and is 0 for 8 in the series. Phantoms on this homestand. 1 hit in 21 at bats. Jeff Locke struggled yesterday. Past the mound, right to the shortstop. Volquez, a 4-pitch walk to start it, but looked good after that. 0-0 after 1.
And your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks.
Day Automotive this day in baseball history. On this day in 1950, Bucks and Cards play a wild game at Forbes Field, top of the 10th. Stan Musial breaks a 9-9 tie, RBI single. Enos Slaughter brings him home with an RBI triple. Pirates answered in the bottom of the 10th, back-to-back homers. Pete Castiglione and Bob Dillinger. Then after an intentional walk to Ralph Kiner, rookie Gus Bell came through with a walk-off double. Bell was 4 for 6. Kiner had 2 homers. Wild indeed. Gus Bell's grandson, David Bell, was on the coaching staff and was at first base for a time last night once Jose Oquendo was ejected. They moved Chris Maloney over from first to third. Great baseball family, the Bell family. Neil Walker's dad also, of course, played big league ball. Tom Walker, former major league pitcher. Fine pedigree. 2-1. Three and 1. Three and 2 on Neil Walker. Walker, Martin, and Davis here in the second. And a leadoff walk to Neil Walker.
Hey, there's one of those situations talking about the look for in the first inning. What kind of command does he have the breaking ball? He's trying to throw one just for a strike there to avoid the base on balls, but throw something other than just a fastball in a 3-2 count. And he not only did he miss the strike zone, but he bounced it. Not very good command.
And now he faces the man who's going to be the hero today, Russell Martin. 1 for 4 with a home run last night, 2 for 8 in the series.
He will do some important things.
I consider that being a hero, but one of Bob's tips to win last night. Talking about an important thing. How about the home run over the right center field fence, his 8th of the year. Russell Martin.
Might hit one today, but it's going to be the left. It'll be into the Pirate bullpen.
Ball and 1 strike on Martin. How about the shot he hit last night?
Wow, two balls now, back-to-back nights. The Pirates have put in Big Mac land. That's pretty impressive. Third deck in left field.
Bounced toward third, and Carpenter will throw to second for 1, and no chance for 2. Hit the force at second. So Walker was going to actually take off on that pitch. That's interesting. You're taking a step towards second and then stop.
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to move the infielders, kind of bluff. And I doubt that he had the green light just to run when he wanted. Yeah, I think he just taking a little bit of an aggressive secondary, maybe.
Here's Ike Davis. 1 for 3 with a walk in last night's game. Miller has given up 20 homers, and this is 27th start. Davis last week at PNC Park. Homers in back-to-back games to help beat the Cardinals in that series. And he's in the hole 0-2.
Looked like Molina was watching Martin right to the point to where Miller went into his delivery. He had his head off on a swivel a little bit sideways. See how, like right now, he's not really looking out at Miller. He's looking over at, well, he called for a pickoff. That's why he was looking over there. He was doing the same thing on the last pitch. You can see his head turn like he was looking down toward first base. And didn't come back to Miller until Miller started the delivery home. He's looking over there now, watching him.
Another throw over, and he's back standing.
They're really paying some attention to him.
Molina loves to throw behind runners. Clint Hurdle said he tells his players to take the aggressive secondary lead, but then ensure you get back when time is called.
It's like Hamilton's at first. You know, with what they're going through here.
Billy.
Yeah.
One and two. For that breaking pitch, 2-2.
Now that one there, he's not just trying to throw that for a strike. Obviously, trying to make a good pitch with it. He's ahead in the count. He just wanted to barely catch the outside corner. Just missed with the hook. And same pitch. That time he didn't miss. Same idea. He figured he could just make an adjustment, bring it in just an inch or two further, and he would get the call, and that's what happened. You can see the fourth pitch. That was the one that missed. Now they're going to try it again and try to hit the edge. Here it comes, right on the edge, and they get the call.
Two outs now. Starling Marte against Shelby Miller. Lined into left field for a base hit. Also Martin makes the wide turn. Starling Marte, his third hit of the series. He has been one of the hotter hitters for the Pirates past several weeks. Talked about that home run that he hit last night. Up on the third deck, lines this ball into left, putting two aboard with two outs. Marte, a little 4-game hitting streak going. Jordy Mercer.
Yeah, when Molina was out, he missed out on an awful lot of conversations on the mound. And it seems like now that he's back, he's trying to make up for them. How many did he have in yesterday's game? He was going out sometimes twice on the same hitter.
I mean, that's pretty standard operating procedure for Molina. He goes out there at least 5 times a game, I bet. He's a pitching coach, essentially. The only difference is he doesn't get charged for a trip to the mound like Derek Lilliquist. Ray Searage. 1-0 on Mercer. There's a strike. His 9th home run of the season last night. Two and one on Mercer. Pirates had 3 home runs last night against Wainwright. Martin, Mercer, Marte. Most he had allowed in some 4 seasons in one game, but the Pirates fell short. Off the end of the batter roller to the shortstop Peralta for the force. Bucks strand a couple. Go to the bottom of the second. 0-0. This week, first matchup, big one. Quad North. North Allegheny Tigers host the Pine Richland Rams live Friday at 7:30 on Root Sports. And don't forget to tune in every Friday this fall. Some of the region's best high school athletes and teams battle it out in the hopes that they will make it to the Whitfield Championships Friday nights on Root Sports.
Go Tigers.
I should even out and say go Rams, but I'll just let half the fans be mad at you.
Go Tigers.
No, that's fine.
Although
he says go Rams.
It's looking like my new grandson is going to be a Ram.
Oh, really?
So I'm going to have to change my colors.
Jeez.
Been a Tiger all these years.
Johnny Peralta, former Detroit Tiger. Bounces this to the shortstop. Defense with three infielders there on the left side, and Peralta bounces it to the middleman, Mercer. One pitch, Volquez. Now Yadier Molina. 1 for 7 in the series.
Well, after that, the first hitter, Carpenter, it's like Volquez. Whatever it was bothering him for those first 4 pitches of the game, he's got over that nicely.
Ball 1 on Molina.
Always has that pin.
In the dirt, 2-0.
Still not that little good velocity that we were seeing there for a while. Remember one game he threw a couple up at 97 miles an hour, and it was like pitching it in between 94 and 96 most of the night, like his Cincinnati Red days. '93 is just fine for Edson, as long as he's throwing the ball where he wants to. That's more important.
Again, it's Mercer. Routine. 2 ground balls to start the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Edson told us back in May that he's got to the age he's over getting the strikeouts. If they come, fine, but if they don't, it's no big deal. He's just happy getting outs and be as efficient as he can.
We talked to Clint Hurdle about Volquez today, and Hurdle has said in the past there's some guys that like to compete, like to be in the action, and he said Volquez is definitely one of them. And you talked about this as a tip to win. Going to go after the hitters.
Oh yeah,
aggressive.
Yeah, you can't.
Likes being out there.
You can't be timid. You can't be This is one of the great things that I've heard Steve Blass say over the years. You can't be afraid of the bat. That's
trust your stuff.
That's what that is. Yeah. You can't be trying to avoid having the ball put in play. If you do that, it's going to be a long evening, long day, whatever for you. It's just too tough to pitch like that. You can't make the perfect pitch all night long. You got to pitch to contact sometimes, and you got 8 guys out there. They'll catch the ball.
I think it's interesting, Bob, too, to see, especially in a playoff race, in a September push, to see what guys really do like to be out there. A little flare, broken bat. Easy play for Walker. 10 pitches for Edinson Volquez. see this game like never before with personal stories from Bill Verdon, Dick Groat, Vernon Law, and the man himself, Bill Mazeroski. 1960 World Series Game 7. Maz makes history tonight at 7 on Root Sports Classics. And this is a classic baseball city. The Cardinals hosting the Pirates, two storied franchises. Long history. These two organizations. Strike one on Edinson Volquez.
A lot of World Series banners for these guys. They've done it several times. They really are two of the absolute classic baseball teams. I mean, there's a handful of them around, and Pirates, Cardinals, one of them. There's all those banners up there on top of the scoreboard.
Parallel Automotive League leaders, National League leaders in slugging since the All-Star break. Josh Harrison is second. For the season, he is sixth.
Is Starling Marte getting up there, too?
More and more national writers and attention on Josh Harrison. The story in the USA Today by Bob Nightingale yesterday. More questions today in Clint Hurdle's office from another out-of-town writer. Clint Hurdle said, well, you ask Andrew McCutchen, you ask me, he is our team MVP, the true definition of most valuable player. Where would this Pirates team be without Josh Harrison?
All you got to do is look where were they before he started playing.
Yep. 2-2. We're talking about pitchers that like the action, that trust their stuff, that aren't afraid of the bat. This guy at the plate's not afraid of anything. He takes a big rip and misses the 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Shelby Miller.
That doesn't happen very often for Josh Harrison. That not at least foul tip a fastball. He's always hunting those. And that one was a good one to hit. Had a lot of the strike zone. He'll be talking to himself as he sits down in the dugout after that.
Well, that's 4 strikeouts for Miller. He got Lambeau in the first.
J.A. prides himself, I think, at being able to turn around anybody's fastball.
In front of Lambeau, 0-2. A couple of fastballs. Lambeau made his big league debut against these Cardinals last year. He's a former 4th-round pick of the Dodgers 7 years ago. In the air to center, Borges. The Pirates retired in order. 2 1/3, 0-0. 0-0. Bucks Cardinals, and the 8th man in the order, Peter Borges, will lead off. Vincent Volquez.
This guy you want to bear down on. He's not known for being a whole lot of a hitter, but he's got a ton of speed. You don't want to put him on in front of a pitcher that can then advancing over. You don't want that kind of speed sitting up in scoring position. Don't mess around with any kind of a situation where you might get a base on balls. Talk about challenging a guy, going after the bat. It's certainly the case here. Doesn't mean pump fastballs in there. It just means you got to throw strikes with everything you have.
A couple of strikes after falling behind 1-0.
You can't be real fine with a pitch. Say, just trying to hit an edge of a corner or something like that. Now maybe on a 1-2 pitch. Now you could do that. There you can see the sign and the location given. Go ahead and make a pitcher's pitch here. See if we can get a chase. He didn't. So now 2-2. I think now is where you're thinking, no matter what you throw, I want to throw a strike here. Don't take a chance going to a full count. Throw a strike with his fastball.
In the air to right. Lambeau there.
Perfect.
Takes care of Borges. So Volquez coming into this game 11-7, matching his 11 wins his first year with the Padres 2 years ago. He went 11-11 with San Diego. He was traded over to the Padres before the 2012 season from the Reds. Of course, his best season in Cincinnati back in 2008 when he went 17-6. He was an all-star for the Reds. 3.21 ERA. Later underwent Tommy John surgery. Ball one on Shelby Miller. Pirates were highly criticized for spending money on Volquez. 1 year, $5 million. And he's the team leader in wins. I wonder where the club would be without Josh Harrison. I guess you could ask the question, where would they be without Volquez?
We wouldn't have been talking about the standings today. At least not for as long as we did.
Strikes out Shelby Miller. Get your tickets to the all-you-can-eat seats for an upcoming Pirates home game. Starting at just $43, you get a Pirates ticket. All-you-can-eat hot dogs, burgers, nachos, popcorn, peanuts, ice cream, and more. And go back for more food and drink as often as you like. Go to pirates.com/all-you-can-eat. One more regular season homestand. Make sure you get your tickets, pirates.com. The series against the Cubs starts Friday night the 12th. Then 3 weeknight games against the Boston Red Sox. Interleague Series tickets available for those 3 games. Tuesday night the 16th, Thursday night 17th and 18th, and then the Brewers for a weekend and a fly ball to left. And then it's in Volquez, 10 pitches that inning, matching Miller with zeros through 3. versus Edinson Volquez.
Take a look at the fastball usage of Shelby Miller throughout the season. The fastballs here are cutters and actual fastballs up at the top. So it's close to 80% when he throws his fastball. That's what we were talking about before the game, how he challenges the Pirates, and I think that's one of the reasons he's struggled against them, because he just doesn't use his other pitches. But that's changed now this afternoon, and I think it's one of the reasons why he is having success. Look down there at the bottom. Look how the fastball is only a little over 50%. The rest of it off-speed pitches. And he has made an adjustment. You can see in his strategy of what kind of pitches he's throwing. And you look up the scoreboard, and so far he's throwing zeros. He's not giving in and throwing nearly as many fastballs as he usually does.
Ball hit right up the middle. That's where Colton Wong is stationed to take care of McCutchen. The shift pays off. Second baseman playing up the middle. Mike Matheny, the former Gold Glove catcher, has made what appears to be a seamless transition to the bench, taking over for Tony La Russa. Neil Walker threw a free pass leading off the second. He takes a fastball low. Tony La Russa, Hall of Famer, and now in the front office with the Diamondbacks. Strike on Walker. And that's up the middle, and nobody's there. A one-out single. Let's go back to the Pittsburgh studio. Game break and Rob King. Rob, the Braves finally scoring some runs off those Phillies. Atlanta a game and a half back. The second wild card spot. The Pirates are 2 back. Also, Martin bounced to Carpenter his first time. Breaking ball for a strike. The wild card standings look like this. The Giants had that big comeback last night. They're playing this afternoon. Ryan Vogelsong on the mound for the Giants against the Rockies at Coors Field. The Pirates will play the Braves in a 4-game series in Atlanta to start their final road trip of the year. Bounce to third, and there's a double play ball. And the Pirates are retired. 7 pitches. 0-0. Astia Lukin tries her arm out in baseball. Starling Marte breaks out at the plate at just the right time. And much more. Inside Pirates Baseball, presented by Allegheny Health Network, today after postgame on Root Sports. Pirates after this game will be flying to Chicago, off day tomorrow. And then the 3-game series against the Cubs. Cubs are hosting the Brewers tonight. Well, I guess we could catch that game. Bob, you want to head over there to Wrigley?
Yeah, why not?
All right.
Favorite place.
Done deal. Matt Garza for the Brewers, Kyle Hendricks for the Cubs. Bob and I voted for Kyle Hendricks for pitcher of the month.
As long as we can get a seat upstairs in the press box.
Oh, there's plenty of room for us. They always accommodate us. All popped up. And Walker makes the play. Colton Wong, 1 pitch, 1 out. And it's in Volquez and Shelby Miller.
Efficiency that
both of these
Volquez
guys.
is. They are both hammering the strike zone.
Well, we talked about in the open that the last time the Pirates were here, they lost the first 3 games of a 4-game series. And it was Edinson Volquez who stepped up, avoided the sweep, complete game 9-1 victory over Shelby Miller and the Cardinals. Couple of strikes on Holiday.
Holiday's going to take a little walk after that one. In front of a changeup that was downstairs the boot.
National League Player of the Week. 4 homers, 13 ribbies. One and two. He has been an outstanding player since breaking into the big leagues with the Colorado Rockies, playing for Clint Hurdle there, won a batting title 1 year. Cardinals traded for him from Oakland 6 years ago. Two and two on Matt Holliday. Started out at 83 degrees. Temperature rising here in St. Louis.
It's always one of the warmer locales we go to, of course, in summer.
Holiday hit by the Volquez pitch.
Fastball got up there too. He's been losing some change-ups up there of late. But fastball kind of surprised me a little bit for that to get away from him like that. Ouch.
It's the 16th time he's been hit by a pitch this season, matching John Jay for the most in the National League. Volquez has now plunked a dozen. Charlie Morton, the most in the National League, has hit 19. Bunch of Buccos and a bunch of Cardinals in the top 10. And you see the top 5.
It's a rough and tumble division. National League Central.
It is the black and blue division. Andrew McCutchen still hurting. Starling Marte spent some time on the disabled list with a concussion. Sharply hit but foul. Adams bounced out to end the first, grounding it right to the shortstop, Jordy Mercer.
Adams really been in a pretty good slump right now. Slowing this Cardinal offense down.
Gets away and
another
hits him. Puts runners at first and second.
A hit batsman.
Back-to-back men hit by pitches from Volquez.
A breaking ball that came down and in, took him right in the toe. Trying to throw that curveball to where it bounces somewhere back by the glove. You don't want it to hit way out in front like that.
First pitch strike on Peralta. Peralta, who collected his 35th double of the season last night, leading off the 7th inning against John Axford. An important insurance run. He scored later. Peralta now the 5th shortstop in Cardinals history with 35 or more doubles and 50 or more extra base hits in the same season. Elite group went to 1930. Charlie Gelbert, former Pirate Dick Groat, 1963, had 35 or more doubles along with 50 or more extra base hits. Royce Clayton in 1997, and a few years ago Edgar Renteria on that list. As Martin talks things over with Volquez.
Gary Templeton on that list.
No.
Surprised me a little bit. Here for a while, pretty decent hitter.
Oh, 0-2. Struck him out looking. Second out. Third strikeout for Volquez.
A little bit of a borderline pitch. Edinson gets that call. Change up. Just barely caught that outside corner.
Yadier Molina bounced to short in the second. Bounces this ball to the left side. Harrison going to cut it off as Holiday not causing any problems for Josh Harrison. Trying to create a little interference, but Jay Hay on the move.
made his big league debut, and going into it, you probably wondered, who is John Holtzcomb? Well, last night he made his debut in grand fashion as he struck out the side here at Busch Stadium, and it started with one of the quirkiest ways a pitcher can make his big league debut, a strikeout wild pitch to one of the fastest guys in baseball, and Peter Borges. Then he struck out Colton Wong and completed the deal with his third strikeout. And I asked him about it. He said it's kind of one of the coolest feelings in a ball field. He was very understated about it. He described it as really quirky, with the strikeout wild pitch and then the stolen base, in which Borges was ruled safe, and then his foot came off the bag. He told me he thought they would challenge it. He said he heard from people as far as New Zealand via Facebook after the ball game. Now, I asked Tony Sanchez about John Holtzcomb. He said, hey, I knew he would open some eyes, but I didn't think he'd have the whole bench in an uproar after his big league debut, as the boys were howling when he made his way there. And how about this little Pirates tie to John Holtzcomb? His older brother Lincoln, back in 2009, finished a 9-season minor league career with the Altoona Curve by pitching in 14 games. So a little bit of lineage between the Holtzcomb family and the Buccos. But what a debut that was for the 6'7" youngster from Southern California.
I think it's one of the craziest things. We were talking about it, Bob and I, on the radio side. That you'd have to go way back, maybe never, has a guy been pitching in the independent league for almost half a season, and that same year pitches in a 2-run ball game in a pennant race. That was incredible. Strikes out the side, as Robbie said, and then a little bit of comic relief when the ball was thrown out of play, and unbeknownst to first base coach Rick Sofield, he didn't know it was anything special. He tossed the ball into the seats. They had to get the ball back, and Holtzcomb has it in his locker. First strikeout, first batter he faced in his major league career.
Nothing funny about his stuff, that's for sure. He really showed great arm, 95, 96 mile an hour fastball with that cut action. He threw strikes with it. Really a nice off-speed pitch with that palm ball. Be very effective when you can throw strikes up there in the mid-90s like that. And that's the key, I think, with him, from what I understand, is he going to be able to throw the ball over the plate, throw strikes? That possibly more of an issue when he was starting. Maybe as a relief guy, totally, that he'll be able to get that figured out. And
but Bob, look at his bio, and it's absolutely incredible. He hasn't pitched above Double-A before this year. 9 professional seasons, missed 2 years of ball, and this year he pitched in 4 games at Double-A for Altoona, and a total of 18 games at Triple-A Indianapolis.
I haven't looked at it. Is that mainly
22 innings?
Is it mainly starts?
In his professional career?
Yes. No, not really.
It's unbelievable, unbelievable that he's here and that he pitched like he did last night. John Holtzcomb, dad from New Zealand, pitched in the World Baseball Classic.
He has 162 total minor league innings and 119 walks. So that's the issue, and that's what the problem I'm sure has been.
So,
but he also
draws a walk.
Also has 190 strikeouts in those 162 innings.
And you take notice with a 95, 96 mile an hour cutter.
Absolutely.
You take notice. He was with the Reds briefly last year, minor leagues. And now Ike Davis draws the free pass, and Starling Marte comes to the plate. Marte singled sharply to left in the second.
Marte thinking about dropping one down. Carpenter had a good break off third base. He was watching for that.
Two on Marte. Oh, 2 on Marte. Davis draws the leadoff walk. Vincent Volquez matching zeros with Miller. Grounded foul. Marte will be followed by Jordy Mercer. Bucks get the leadoff man on for the second time. And that's out of play. And the count remains 0-2 on Marte.
A lot of breaking balls right now from Miller. Let's see which way it goes with this one. Molina won't show us.
In the air, shallow right, second baseman out. Wong calls for it, puts it away.
That was another breaking pitch.
Marte pops up. He is 1 for 2, and now Jordy Mercer. AT&T fan photo of the day. We want to see how you root for your Pittsburgh Pirates. Submit your picture via Twitter. Use the hashtag BucksFanPhoto, and we'll show them during our broadcast. Hashtag BucksFanPhoto, our AT&T fan photo of the day. Jordy Mercer bounced out his first time, and it's a fly ball to right. After the walk to Davis, a couple of pop-ups. And it would seem to be a foregone conclusion that we will go to the bottom of the fifth inning scoreless with Edinson Volquez to the plate. 1 hit in 42 at bats this season. "21 times he has struck out.
He gives the effort, but just can't make enough contact sometimes.
And Wainwright had 3 RBIs last night. A ground out and a 2-run single. And he was the difference with his bat.
Is that a self-protection swing, or what
Sure
was
what
that?
that was.
Ball's up around the middle of the cap. He didn't hurt himself with that swing. You know, he's always having fun too, no matter what. You know, he likes to compete, but it's a
Yep.
he'll smile at himself, laugh at himself a little bit. Right now he's just thinking, I hope he doesn't throw that hook. He did.
is brought to you by Barrel Automotive. We're driven to be better. And by Levin Mattress, located in all Levin furniture showrooms and freestanding stores. Let's go Bucks!
Zeros going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Follow every Pirates game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live bookends, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Pirates.com today. Pirates have won just 2 of the 9 games played this season in St. Louis. Cardinals 43-28 in their home ballpark.
Always a sea of red here. Red seats, red shirts.
Line drive, base hit to center for John Jay to begin the 5th.
Not surprised that it was Jay.
First hit for the Cardinals, John Jay.
Many a times that I've thought that Jay really is the thorn in the Pirates' side over there in that other dugout. Comes up with the big catches, hits.
He is a career .318 hitter against the Pirates. Came in batting .265 lifetime this season against them. 9 hits and 34 at bats in the year.
During the offseason, when it looked like he wasn't going to be in the outfield when they got Borges, I was like, good. I don't have to worry about John Jay anymore. Didn't happen.
How to play. There's John Holtzcomb, talking about him earlier. Two on Borges.
Oh, 95. Picking up the pace with that velocity. Also, the location painted that on the outside corner. The UPMC Sports Medicine strike zone shows it 95 and on the edge.
Jay has swiped 6 bases in 8 tries this year.
Huge lead. Take a look at him anyway. Throw to first. Boy, you need a big lead to steal bases, though, as long as you have momentum taking you towards second. Try to leave a little early. See, the lead is not that big. But that's what some guys will do, is that they'll take maybe a half step off their lead to get you to think they're not going to run, and then they'll leave early, and they'll get a rolling start, and that more than makes up for the fact that they've shortened up their lead a little bit.
Two and two on Borges. Base hit. First and second. Line single to center for Jay and a liner to left for Borges.
At this one, middle of the strike zone, looked like a slider, went right after him. What you have to do. This was unlucky with the placement of that ground ball. Could easily have been over another 10, 15 feet. Going to play for Mercer.
Miller has been excellent in these situations. 9 sacrifice bunts to lead his team. Right in front of the plate, and Martin has the one play, and that's to first.
Martin, for a moment, thought about going to third on that. Had the force play over there. That what you're wanting to do is you want to bunt the ball firm toward J-Hay, and then you've done your job. But instead, he put the ball right out there and never even got to the grass. Looked like Martin kind of stumbled maybe a little bit when he went down to pick up that ball. Didn't have his footing underneath him.
Yeah, you wonder if he gets it real clean. Does he throw to third?
Like I said, the ball never got to the grass. It was right in the dirt area in front of home plate. That's when he goes down to pick it up. Yeah. He just made the decision that he didn't have a play, and better to make sure it won.
Infield, middle infield back. Carpenter has walked and flied out to left. Nine sacrifice flies for Matt Carpenter this season. Only Adrian Gonzalez of the Dodgers has more. He's collected 11 sacrifice flies. Line to right, foul, 0-2. 0-2 on Carpenter with Jay at third and Borges at second. Volquez wants Martin to run through the sides again. Garrett Cole was talking after his start on Monday about how this Cardinal lineup is so tough and how they grind out at bats. This guy at the plate epitomizes that. It's Garrett Cole.
These were the situations, Greg, that they were just phenomenal at last year, hitting with runners in scoring position. We're really able to grind out those. Hit well over 300.
Strike three called. Volquez strikes out Carpenter for the second out.
But as a hitter, you cannot let the umpire take the bat out of your hand. You have to swing the bat when there's one out and a go-ahead run down at third base. And, Carpenter's too good of a hitter to allow this to happen to him. Just a fastball froze him up. Was it inside? Maybe by a fraction of an inch at most, if it was at all. But you can't take that chance. You got to swing it. Once you get to 2 strikes, you better be protecting. You can't go down on strikes looking. A good, veteran hitter just can't allow that to happen. And he had the bunt. I mean, that's the whole purpose of the bunt, to set it up to where you get the ball in play and you might get a run. Also, tip your hat to Volquez for making that pitch, and Russell Martin for putting that glove right down the inside corner.
1-2 on Wong.
Another nice pitch.
Oh, 2 on Wong. Got him. Edinson Volquez strikes out Carpenter looking and gets Wong swinging. It remains 0-0. Work from Edinson Volquez to get out of that jam. Check out our Allegheny Health Network injury update. Last night, Starlin Castro, the Cubs, sprained his left ankle. Had x-rays and MRI, no fracture. But they're not sure how long he'll be out. Anthony Rizzo probably going to miss the series against the Pirates this weekend. Ruled out indefinitely, may miss the rest of the season. A low back strain. In fact, had rosters not expanded, he likely would have gone on the disabled list. Josh Harrison fouls a pitch back. Colton Wong still talking to himself. Remember, Harrison struck out on that fastball from Miller his last time up. This off-speed pitch is fouled off into the seats.
My guess, Miller won't take a chance.
Yeah, let's see.
Throwing him another one on the plate, unless it's an accident. I really don't think he will see a fastball for a strike.
Breaking ball, and it's popped up. Adams going to give way to Wong. Harrison 0 for 3. Miller has allowed just 2 hits. He's walked a couple. He's taken care of the top 3 in the order. Harrison, Lambeau, and McCutchen hitless. Might see Jose Tabata back in the lineup against the 3 lefties the Cubs are throwing this weekend. And 0-2 on Lambeau.
Trying to regroup after those first 2 fastballs. Bounce the 0-2 pitch. Molino try to go fastball upstairs here. Or maybe even Miller. Fastball up. If he motions with his glove upstairs. He didn't, but it was up. What do you think, Rick?
Breaking ball. Hit to right field and toward the track. The catch made by John Jay. 2 away. Pirates and GovX pleased to offer a ticket discount to all active duty, reserve, veteran, and retired service members and their families. Military members get up to $10 off select game tickets to any Sunday through Friday game. Get tickets at pirates.com/military or go to the PNC Park ticket windows. McCutchen is lined out and hit one sharply up the middle, and pitch thrown behind him. And a warning as Holiday was hit by a pitch. And now the home plate umpire Ron Kolpa warns both benches. They throw behind Andrew McCutchen.
Man. Well, absolute first pitch.
That's a no-doubter.
I
mean, there's no question what they were doing there.
The first time McCutchen gets back up with the first pitch, they sail one right behind his back, trying to send a message. And I'm sure the message was received.
Russell Martin is honked. Oh, McCutchen won that one.
He's not
badly.
happy either.
No, he's really upset. And he's still, in the back of his mind, thinks that baseball did not do him or baseball justice by not handing out any suspensions for what the Diamondbacks did to him. Plate was chirping and still furious at what they just did, going behind Andrew McCutchen. This was Russell Martin. He's made his way out. He's talking to the home plate umpire Ron Kolpa. You just wonder if he is saying something like,
he's talking right now.
Nope, somebody's going to get tossed. Martin is chirping at the Cardinal dugout and Mike Matheny, and Kolpa is telling Martin to pipe down. And Kolpa's trying to tell Matheny to quit it.
Well, he's telling him that do the same thing, pipe down, and that he's in charge and he'll take care of it.
And now he's talking to the Pirates dugout. And here comes Clint Hurdle. And I'm sure the thing is we've seen pitchers get thrown out when you think, and you've said this so many times, Bob, if you think a pitcher is throwing intentionally at a guy, you don't have to warn. You eject him. And I'm sure that's what Martin was saying. I mean, that it was as intentional as can be, so why don't you throw the guy out? And now, of course, it takes a little bit of the Pirate game away of pitching inside.
Well, no, it
shouldn't.
It doesn't.
Here's what's
you can pitch
this
inside.
was moments ago. Mike Matheny yelling. Now, Mike Matheny and Clint Hurdle are very good friends. First pitch, ball one on Holiday. And this was Martin's reaction when Mike Matheny was talking. Ball two on Matt Holliday. Matheny, the former catcher. And in the air toward right center. McCutchen says he has it. He wants it. But it's the right fielder, Lambeau, who comes and cuts him off.
It's not his ball. Lambeau has to let him catch that ball. I mean, the center fielder is the man out there, especially when it's McCutchen. You can't catch that. There's no way. You have no business going in front of McCutchen. Look at it. He's waving it. He's yelling, I got it.
Well, that won't sit well. The Pirates bench.
No.
Outfield instructor Rick Sofield will have, you would think, some choice words for Andrew Lambeau.
The balling back to home plate. That's why they're calling timeout.
Adams the other way in a base hit. He was 0 for 10 in the series before that opposite field single.
And in that one, he didn't exactly hit a rocket, just kind of fought it off and looped it in.
He'll certainly take it.
Yeah, right now the way he's been hitting it. They need him if they're going to maintain their position as the lead dogs.
Just a second hit in his last 23 at bats. Here's Johnny Peralta. Looking for a ground ball here from Peralta. All one. It's 2-0. For 8 in the series is Peralta. Lopez has now allowed 3 hits. Retired the side in order in the second and third innings.
He's still only thrown 68 pitches.
He's had to work from the stretch in 4 of the 6 innings. Volquez is making his 15th career start against St. Louis, 4 and 6 lifetime. It's his 5th start this season against the Redbirds. Three and 1. Big 3-1 pitch. Fastball fouled back by Peralta. Now full count. Molina on deck. Goes line to left. Marte is going to be there and has a chance to double up Adams at first. The throw to first base is going to get bobbled by Adams, by Ike Davis. They had the double play, but Davis couldn't handle the hop.
It was going to be there in plenty of time. Not too many guys can throw that ball all the way to first base like that and double somebody off. Adams didn't even make it to second base. Still was going to be out. Look at Adams hustle back. He knows. They got that scouting report. They know who's got the big arm. And he was in trouble.
A line out to left. .95 from Volquez, ball 1. Marte reacts. Thought he had the assist to the DP. Two 2-0 on Molina. McCutchen will be there. 6 scoreless for Edinson Volquez. On to the 7th. WVU football squad taking the field in Morgantown as they host the Towson Tigers. All part of Wild and Wonderful Sports, and it kicks off live Saturday at 7:30 on Root Sports. Still 0-0 on the 7th inning. Then Hurdle's Pirates, Mike Matheny's Cardinals. And Neil Walker leads off with Russell Martin on deck.
Yeah, the part of the ball game, Greg, you start thinking about this game hinge on a long ball. Walker, and definitely part of his game this season.
Now 2-1. Count goes to his favor.
And the Cardinal bullpen is going to get going too.
Ball 3. Shelby Miller has never gone more than 6 innings against the Pirates. 8 career starts. Starting to crank it up in that bullpen. That's Jason Mott. And there's a strike. It's 3-2. Walker, .353 lifetime against Miller, and hits this hard but foul.
Mott's definitely a fastball guy. Mind seeing him come into this game.
That's foul. Still 3-2 on Walker.
Breaking ball.
7 pitch at bat so far.
Miller has definitely changed his ways this afternoon as far as the percentages of off-speed pitches he usually throws. Just 57% fastballs. Everything else off speed of some sort.
Line to right field, and Neil Walker is going to get it going with at least a single, and into the right field corner and bobbled by Jay, so it's a double for Neil Walker to start the 7th inning. He's on base for the 3rd straight time.
And now it's essential for Russell Martin to try and hit something over the other way and get him to 3rd. A 3-2 breaking pitch. If Jay would have been able to catch that cleanly, he might have been able to stop Walker. Pretty decent arm and being a left-handed thrower, but once he didn't field it cleanly, right there, just kind of knocked it down. And any chance throwing out Walker was over with.
He does go the other way and hits it deep. Jay back toward the wall, and this ball's going to be caught at the wall, moving Walker to 3rd. Russell Martin, a deep drive to right.
No, it's just an out, but maybe one of the most important outs of the game.
Should we go back to the tips?
No, not yet. Not yet.
No?
No, only if he scores. Trying to keep the fastball in on him so that.
How much were you rooting for this ball to leave?
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! It's all right though. I'll take the deep fly ball if we can get him in now. Then we'll go back to the tips. Meeting at the mound.
Big time conference. Everybody Mike Davis has struck out looking and walked. Infield will come in.
Infield's in. This is a similar situation. We saw Carpenter strike out looking. You can't afford to do that. You got to get something put in play here. All hitters know.
Ball one.
Wow. Set up off the plate away and threw it away.
Jared Hughes, Tony Watson. Two and 0 on Davis. Very patient hitter.
Just an intentional walk. See where the target's been on these last two?
Mike Davis, right about the league average, getting those men in from third, less than 2 outs. Now they are going to intentionally walk him.
Might as well. They weren't going to throw him a strike. The target on the first two pitches was a foot outside.
Starling Marte, who lined a single to left field, and he will take this personally. If anybody on this club, most players do, walked intentionally to set up a double play. The speed of Marte.
Yeah, he's not exactly a good double play candidate.
No.
The way he can get down the line.
And of course he is a candidate to do this. Crushed his home run last night, his 10th of the season. He is one of the toughest in the league to double up. And now a pinch runner. Chase Darno. Mike Sofield going over instructions. Davis draws the intentional walk. And now infield at double play depth. Marte takes a strike. He didn't think it was.
It was. Not the way that you want to start off. This ball is off the plate inside by a good few inches.
One ball, one strike on Marte. They just walked Davis intentionally to set up this situation. And that is Marte, a little above the league average, getting those men in from third with less than 2 outs. Darno, one of the call-ups. September 1st. Officially came in yesterday after the Indianapolis Indians season concluded Monday afternoon. Broken bat flare. 2 outs. 2 down in the 7th inning.
Certainly is some things you don't want to have happen. A pop fly or that soft line out or any kind of a line out. He's doing his job. He said, even though he's getting crowded, he's going to be able to make contact, get a ball put in play. Just didn't expect that to happen. Ball straight to wall. Fly. Do it with a hit now.
Ball, one strike. Another strike. at the 100 pitch mark. He'll be due a third in the bottom of the 7th inning. So this will be it for Shelby Miller. Perhaps his last batter, regardless. And he got that up to 96. Travis Snyder comes out on deck. He would pinch hit for Volquez. Darno takes off, and it's a fly ball to center field, and Borges is there. First and third, one out. Pirates do not score. From 1,000 steps near Mount Union, PA, Melissa and friend with the Jolly Roger. We also, I believe, have a shot of Herb and Ben Rakowski in Canada on a lookout trail in Ontario. Part of a 10-day Boy Scout trip, and they had the Jolly Roger there. Well, hoping to avoid a sweep, raising the colors, but where the Pirates had runners at first and third there. Gabby Sanchez takes over at first base.
There hadn't been a ton of opportunities for the Pirates to do much. Even though they left 2 on there, they only have 5 left on base for the afternoon. But that was a great opportunity to maybe win the ball game.
John Jay has lined out and singled. Starling Marte's broken bat, soft liner to second, was the second out, and then Jordy Mercer flied to center. It's 2-0 on Jay. Three and 0. Count on Jay. Bullpen up again this time. Looks like Tony Watson will get it going. He walks John Jay to start the 7th. the third time the Cardinals get their leadoff man on. Volquez has walked 2, has hit 2. Peter Borges to the plate, an excellent bunter, and he'll have a pinch hitter to follow.
I certainly think he'd be bunting here.
Oscar Taveras, the rookie, comes out on deck. Thinking that Jay could be on the move. He has 6 steals and 8 attempts on the year. He's on base for the second time. It's even at 3 apiece. Borges singled in the 5th following the John Jay leadoff base hit. And he does bunt foul.
More like he was bunting for a base hit, though, than a sacrifice.
Jose Oquendo's going to tell him exactly that. Not looking for a bunt hit.
Not trying to get you on base, trying to get Jay to second.
Now he squares and takes. One ball, one strike on Borges. It's bunted. And Volquez will go to Sanchez. Sacrifice moves Jay into scoring position. September 19th, first ever fan vote for Free Shirt Friday presented by FedEx. Power in your hands. Go to Pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. Vote for your favorite via Twitter. Voting ends tomorrow at midnight. And then head out to the ballpark September 19th. Pirates and the Brewers, see if your favorite is the winner. Which one will you choose? Here comes Clint Hurdle. Oscar Taveras, left-handed hitter, announced. Left-handed hitting Matt Carpenter, and then Colton Wong scheduled next, and that will be it for Volquez. He won't be able to get the W, but he will leave with 6 1/3 innings. Very strong performance from Volquez.
Well, he came up big, didn't he? He stepped the game up right when we needed it.
Marquez leaves a scoreless game with a runner at second base and 1 out.
They really, I think, showed a combination today of good control plus the velocity was back. It had gone away a little bit in that last start, but he was popping them in there 94, 95, and really what a great battle for the first 2/3 of this ball game between these two pitchers. There's the stat line. Outstanding. I mean, that's the kind of pitching you like to see really from both sides when you get into the pennant race in September. Both pitchers coming up big. So now it's going to be Tony Watson. The baton has been passed to Tony, who is really having a fantastic season in his new role this year as a 8th inning guy, setup man.
Randall Grichuk pinch hitting for Oscar Taveras, right-handed batter, and another rookie. He takes up an in. Grichuk started last night, had 3 hits, and all 3 of his hits to right field. Two and 0. Carlos Martinez will be the new pitcher. Popped up, going to be out of play. Watson last pitched on Saturday, a scoreless inning against the Reds. Pitched twice against the Cardinals last week at PNC Park, including one 2-inning stint. Volquez watches. That run is his at second. A scoreless game, critical for Watson. Falls behind Grichuk, 3-1. Grichuk and Borges came over from the Angels this offseason for David Freese and Fernando Salas. Former first-round pick of the Angels is Randall Grichuk, and runner takes off for third, and a swing and a miss and a throw down, and they're going to nail him. The sniper, Russell Martin, gets John Jay caught stealing at third. They are going to buy some time. Not totally convinced that the tag was applied.
It sure looked like he was out. Really a poor jump, I thought, by Jay. There was nobody holding him on. He could have gone a couple more steps. Sniper puts it down there, and yeah,
he's out.
He's out. I think that was just, Jay upset at being thrown out. Wanting them to look at it. That was just wishful thinking more than actually thinking he was safe.
3-2. How big is that play by Martin?
Again.
No, I said, how big is that play by Martin?
Yeah, it's every big situation.
I was just talking about that particular play.
It's huge.
And Watson gets Grichuk. So it stays scoreless. What an important throw. wild card standings. 2 back, with the Braves a game behind, and Rob gave you that big score earlier. Atlanta beating Philadelphia 7-4, so that's updated with the Giants in progress, tied against the Rockies. Clint Hurdle and Ray Searage perhaps trying to settle Volquez down a bit. Volquez, I'm sure, not thrilled leaving the game, pitching as well as he was. See that oftentimes in the moment. He's a competitive. We talked about that earlier, about the competitor, how Volquez loves the action. And now Gregory Polanco pinch hitting for Watson, facing the new pitcher Carlos Martinez.
Very hard thrower, and tried to make him a starter earlier this year. Didn't work out too well. He's back in the bullpen where he really excelled in the past. He can get it up there, triple digits occasionally. Right where we like it. 95 and up.
Still 0-2 on Polanco. John Jay thrown out at third base. Caught stealing. So it stays scoreless into the 8th. Both starters out of there. One-two count on Polanco. Volquez still in the dugout. Book closed on him. 6 1/3 scoreless. His ERA down to 3.31. Martinez thought they had him 2-2.
Close. Well, yeah, real close. Hit the edge of the strike zone, as a matter of fact. Didn't realize it got that far in.
3-2. Clint Hurdle going with Polanco here. Snyder available to pinch hit. He said Alvarez also available off the bench as a pinch hitter. But he'll go with Polanco. It'd be great to get him on that speed. Harrison to follow. Polanco spent a week in the minors. Popped it up for the seats. Molina takes a look. Polanco was asked yesterday about the long season. He had heard suggestions that maybe the long year with winter ball, playing for the first time in the big leagues at the beginning of the year, AAA, that maybe the long season has kind of caught up to him, but he dismisses that, says he's fine. Not tired in the least. Drives it to right field and plenty deep, but foul. See that ball jump off that bat like that.
A lot of promise.
'97 pulled that foul.
They got it downstairs. If that's up a little bit, it's tough to pull. But when it's downstairs and the left-hand hitters can just drop the head of the bat to it, it can be quick to that pitch.
You wonder when a guy like Clint Hurdle decides to go with Polanco in this situation as he walks to start things off. You wondered, Bob, about whether Hurdle knows, and he probably does, that Martinez and Polanco along the way in the Dominican, I'm sure, have faced off against each other, right?
Yeah, possible.
Yeah.
Well, it was a And they kind of surprised there 3-2 with all his speed that they would go breaking ball on two of the 3-3-2 pitches. That last pitch was off-speed pitch. Maybe even though Martinez can throw 100 miles an hour, perhaps Polanco has got to him before and he didn't want to throw the fastball and took a chance of walking him and did.
Ball bunted foul, but those are the type of things that you know initially say, why Polanco against Carlos Martinez in a scoreless game? But the history of Polanco having seen Martinez in the Dominican. Let's go downstairs to Robbie for more.
They actually have a little bit of history, those two. When they played last season, Martinez plunked Polanco on the knee. It was a fastball, about 98, 99 miles an hour. The bad blood really never arose to any significant point in time, but they do have quite a significant history facing each other in the Dominican in the winter ball, these two.
Fouled off by Harrison. 2 bunt tries. And now it's 0-2 on Harrison. The bunt will be off here. Harrison had 2 sacrifice bunts earlier this season. And he goes down swinging.
It was earlier this year. He didn't get the bunt down and then 2-strike pitch out of the ballpark.
It's surprising maybe that I assume that was called from the bench, the bunt.
That he was bunting?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. You might try and bunt for a base hit on your own, but you don't ever square around on your own.
There's Andrew Lambeau. Ball 1. Opponents have stolen 5 bases in 8 attempts with Martinez on the mound, and Freeman getting loose. Bounced right side, diving stop by Wong, and he retires Lambeau.
Wow.
It was Descalzo last night at second.
Similar type of play.
Descalzo robbed Lambeau in the 5th inning. Colton Wong robs Lambeau here.
You know, he's playing double play depth, cheating in towards second base, and still got that far out there on the edge of the grass to make that play. That was really impressive defense.
And now we have a meeting on the mound with Derek Lilliquist. This is about how they want to go here. You've got first base open. You have Walker on deck. They may pitch very carefully or pitch around McCutchen and have Walker turn around and bring in Freeman. Nissan road ahead for the Pirates. We'll check out the schedule. This road trip will continue into Chicago's Wrigley Field over the weekend and then to Philadelphia. And the final homestand of the regular season starts Friday the 12th against the Cubs, and that interleague series against the Red Sox starts Tuesday night, the 16th of this month. Tickets available by going to Pirates.com. Dirt first pitch. If you missed it earlier, Shelby Miller threw behind Andrew McCutchen.
It is interesting with that open base. What you suggested Makes a lot of sense. Bring in a lefty to turn Walker around, make him bat right-handed. You think about your situation. If the game was on the line, apparently they feel better pitching to McCutchen than Walker right-handed. That's the choice they're making. You're not going to pinch hit for Walker, obviously. Last year you might have, but not this year. He's hit decent right-handed for sure.
Two and one.
And then add into the fact that how bad does McCutchen want to win this ball game right now?
Probably have no idea how much he wants to win this game. A couple of breaking balls in the dirt, one fastball for a strike, 2-1 the count. 2-2.
Timeout.
Molina will go to the mound. And while he does that, while we have a moment, we do want to pass along condolences to grandfather of our associate director, Tyler Graham, passed away on Sunday. Glenn Graham Sr., our thoughts and prayers to his family, his wife Audrey, and kids Glenn, Brian, Cindy. Betty, Debbie, Cindy, Brian, and Glenn, our thoughts and prayers as this ball is fouled off. 2-2 the count on Andrew McCutchen.
And it hasn't been one of those situations either, Greg, where you're just kind of like throwing all bad breaking balls or anything like that. He's throwing some strikes, throwing some fastballs for some strikes. Odd choice on their part.
Three and two.
Missed by a mile with that one.
This will be an interesting pitch.
Spoiler swing. That was a pretty good slider in a great spot. How do you even get a piece of that? Just nicked it.
This ball up, foul off to the right.
A lot of sliders here. 3-2 count.
Andrew McCutchen continues to play through pain. Another trip to the mound. Molina talks things over. 3-2 count.
Not be allowed to do that. I'm with you. He just takes it too far. Multiple trips to the mound on the same hitter. Just look toward rule changes. It'd be a nice one to cut out.
Said for a long time, make any trip to the mound by anybody a trip, whether a coach or a player. And you'll speed up the game faster than anything.
In between hitters, okay, but
I say no, but
during an at bat,
willing to consider it.
Okay,
3-2.
Meet me halfway. I like that.
Maybe.
You're normally not that flexible.
Not there yet. Still 3-2. This time a fastball in on McCutchen. cover of Sports Illustrated this week. And on newsstands today, McCutchen. He would love to lead his team to victory right here. But Martinez gets him. Leadoff walk. Man stranded. Carlos Martinez won the battle.
Well, after the meeting, you would think, well, maybe they're not going to pitch to Cutchen. They give him nothing to hit. And then after the first pitch, you think, yeah, okay. But then they went right at him with the next one for a fastball strike. So now that tells you, okay, you got to be ready. They are going to throw me strikes. And from that point on, it was a battle. And it ended up with a couple of pretty good sliders that were spoiled. And even this fastball spoiled. But here comes the one that got him. Perfect pitch, perfect spot.
Carlos Martinez reacts, and Andrew McCutchen watches those antics. A chest beating on the way back to the dugout. Well, Clint Hurdle has done a couple of things that are maybe un-Hurdle-like. Number one, he has Josh Harrison trying to bunt in the top of the 8th inning. Harrison, the league's leading hitter, and now Mark Melancon comes on in the bottom of the 8th. Hurdle trying to do everything he possibly can to get this win. Gregory Polanco stays in the game. He's in right. Check swing. Harrison. Carpenter is retired. Looking as though Clint Hurdle is going to shoot for 2 innings out of Melancon. Hoping that Melancon can put a 0 up here and the Pirates can find a way to scratch out a run in the top of the 9th, and then he would keep Melancon on to save it.
Bringing in Melancon now. This shows you how important this game is to the Pirates.
Cardinal closer Trevor Rosenthal starts to loosen.
Told Rob King before the game that not really a must-win game. Very important game, but Melancon coming in early like this just to hold the fort and maybe get a save later. It does tell you something. Guess he wouldn't get a save later, would he?
No.
Get a win.
Get a win and a save.
Save
his own win.
Save his own game.
Yeah. Colton Wong 0 for 3 at the plate, made a fine defensive play to rob Andrew Lambeau of a hit. Three and one with one away. Wong in select company in Cardinals history. Becomes the 4th rookie to hit 10 or more homers in a season and steal 10 or more bases in the same year. Wally Moon, Ken Boyer, J.D. Drew, the other rookies. 3 and 1 on Colton Wong. And to the second baseman. Walker to Gabby Sanchez, 2 outs. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Two outs. Matt Holliday has hit a one-hop shot to third, has been hit by a pitch and flied out. Apparently the Cardinals took exception to Holliday being hit by a pitch because Andy McCutchen, first time he came to the plate after that, pitch was thrown behind the leading, perhaps contender for MVP, the reigning MVP, and a quick 1-2-3 for Melanson. Head to the ninth, 0-0.
Just like I've always said, that you could was going here to make no friends, and I'll say, I'm right back again. Just like I've always said, that you could was going here to make no friends. Don't wanna hear about it.
Beautiful shots from the Allegheny Health Network Super Bowl in a 0-0 ball game to the ninth inning here in St. Louis. As tight as it gets. Hits even at 3 apiece. Both starters pitched outstanding ball. Shelby Miller had 7. Volk has 6 1/3. And now Trevor Rosenthal will try to keep it a scoreless game. Their closer was given the night off last night. He had pitched back-to-back games. So Matt Neshek came on during the save last night. First pitch and a ball that's going to drop into right field for Neil Walker. He's on base for the 4th straight time.
Went at him with a fastball and gave up a hit. The other night he threw a lot of breaking balls. I think the game plan, not just for Shelby Miller, but really for all the hard throwers, has been to throw more off-speed pitches to the Pirates in this series.
This is the 5th time the Pirates have gotten their leadoff man on in this game, and they have not been able to move him across.
Let's see if Russell Martin can bunt him over.
Have to figure Martin will be bunting if Harrison was.
Doesn't look like it.
So for now, Hurdle will let Martin swing away. 2-0. Travis Snyder on deck.
Make a lot of moves and counter moves this time of year. Big rosters. Martin was trying to put us ahead with one swing. Chase to 97, a little above the strike zone.
First save the other night. Two and two.
There's that breaking ball.
Double play ball.
Looks like Snyder is going to hit. He took a while looking into the dugout, making sure that they wanted him to go up there even with the bases empty and 2 outs. He hits for Gabby.
Martin hits into the 4-6-3 double play. Second time he's hit into a DP this afternoon. Now Snyder takes a strike. We asked Clint Hurdle the other day, speaking of this bunting situation, about the decision to try and bunt Mercer in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th inning, the Cardinals were leading 5-4. Mercer failed to bunt twice and then singled, putting runners at first and second with nobody out, but Snyder did not bunt, and he said later, and Hurdle, we asked him the next day, said looking at that point for the big inning. Like the matchup of Snyder against Martinez. Two and two. Popped him up. Snyder's going to have to hope for extra innings. Go to the bottom of the 9th. Nothing. Emotions running high this afternoon as the Cardinals tried to sweep the Pirates. Mark Melancon here in the ninth faces Adams. They saw each other game 5. The National League Division Series. Adams homered off of him. Two on Adams. Brent Morrell now at first. It's been a couple years since Mark Melancon has been asked to go 2 innings in a game. Did he strike him out? Yes. Four up and 4 down for Melancon.
Adams just not the same hitter we saw last year and earlier this season. Doesn't have the patience, confidence right now. He's upset with that because there was no checking with third base umpire, but it's just really scuffling, trying to figure something out.
First pitch strike to Peralta. Josh Harrison guarding that line. One count on Peralta. Eight-pitch, 8th inning for Mark Melancon. Evens the count.
Years ago, this was so commonplace where they had to come out of the bullpen and throw a couple innings. It's unusual now.
Yes, he did. Back-to-back strikeouts for Melancon. That brings up Yadier Molina.
Way around. Don't need to ask anything about that check swing.
Big cut and a miss. One ball, one strike on Yadier Molina. A couple of ground outs and a fly out versus Volquez. Tony Watson retired one batter, struck out pinch hitter Randall Grichuk in the 7th inning. John Jay was thrown out trying to steal third. Credited for 2/3 of an inning and a couple of strikes. You wonder, Bob, if he goes 2 innings and he's efficient, why wouldn't you send him out for a third? Talking about Melancon. Off day tomorrow. I mean, obviously.
Well, hopefully we'll hit for him.
Yeah, that's true. 2-2. Although Marte could.
Well, somebody can hit a home run.
Deep,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. You're right about that. Somebody can hit a home run and Melancon can hit for himself. Pitch 3. That really would be something we haven't seen in a long, long time.
Now 3-2 on Molina, but first he has to get a third out. Jason Mott up in the bullpen.
It's funny that it makes me think of that Jeff Robinson in Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
They let him hit, and he hit the home run. And then he took him out of the game. Good God, for the save. He knocked himself out of the game by hitting a home run. That was a little bit different scenario. Of course, Jeff Robinson got setup guy at that time. There was you got a pinch hit for him, or not, tie game. They decided to let him go back out there and hit. Took Lee Smith deep.
That's right. Mike Lang and Steve Blass with a call on KBL back then.
Yeah.
Check swing roller foul. Molina maybe making it a moot point as the pitch count up to 23.
Yeah, I think once you get over 20 pitches, it's probably not going to let him do that. Not that you couldn't, but it just isn't done anymore.
Walks Molina. And it brings up John Jay.
You remember when we looked up Mike Marshall's numbers that evening?
Yep.
It was over 200 innings out of the bullpen as a closer.
Molina at first with 2 outs and John Jay. Ball 1. Happy birthday wish to Director of Broadcasting for the Pirates, Mark Garda. Hoping the Pirates can get a W on his big day.
Would have been a bad one to forget, Greg. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and you wish happy birthday to our boss.
That was good timing. A little base hit to left for Jay. Puts potential winning run in the scoring position, and the batter is Peter Borges. I wonder if Matheny is going to think about pinch running for Molina.
Yeah, a lot of times you won't do that at first, but once you get a guy in a scoring position, maybe you'll make that move. But it doesn't look like he's going to. Well, if you get a base hit, a nice single to left. Marte's playing kind of shallow also. Can't see Molina scoring in that scenario.
Up the middle, a base hit. Here comes McCutchen. Here comes the throw, and he is going to be safe. And the Cardinals walk off with the win and sweep the series over the Pirates.
This was a tough one. It shut out on 4 hits last day here. It beat 1-0. Got to hand it to Shelby Miller, though. He was a different type of pitcher than what we're used to seeing from him. He changed his game, threw a lot of breaking balls, and got away from his fastball, which normally he'll throw 75 to 80% of the time. That wasn't the case today, and he had a lot of success with it. And really a shame that the Volquez start, which was equally as good, ends up really for nothing.
Second career walk-off hit for Peter Borges. And the Cardinals sweep the series and drop the Pirates 5 back in the division. The slow-footed Yadier Molina able to score on the base hit to center. After 2 men were struck out, Molina walked. And Borges singles him home.
It's been an emotional game for everybody, both the Pirates and the Cardinals, and they're coming out and just mobbing Borges.
All of a sudden, the Pirates have lost 4 in a row. Rosenthal gets the win, and a dejected Pirate bench knows that now they are 5 back in the National League Central Division. Let's go back to the studios. Rob King, Ken Maka.